Ribbon mics. Um, First off, I know I did some Reslows the last few days. I did one earlier today, and we are going to do the Superlux. That's on the cutting block today. This is one I wanted to share with you that is actually for sale. This is a Fathead, one of my favorite lollipops. I've already gone through this. This one is 600 and it's fully insured, ship US for free if you're interested, only US. And I always, in previous videos, I'll talk about how you can buy these for about, 350, 400, then have me upgrade them. And even though we were talking about these ones, which are 99 bucks, and it's 250 for my upgrade, so that's 350. I mentioned that even for 350, you can only get this mic, not upgraded, and the sonic quality of it is not as good as this one. So when I get these and I make the ribbons once again as cool as these ones, now you're even up in the ante because this is more of a high quality, well-built mic, and the basket has a lot to do with how great this mic sounds. It has a really cool flathead on the fat head. Like, this is the front and this would be the rear. A lot of wind and sound that can get around this. Super great for overheads. Both of these are really great, I think, because they have the cool head basket. So these ones people buy for 99 bucks. They get my information first before they buy them. So they go to Sweetwater. They buy these for 99, and Sweetwater does free shipping to US. So then you have my P.O. box. Then you send this to me, to my P.O. box, and then for 250, I'll upgrade each one of these mics, and then I'll send it back to you in insured, free shipping. I cover the microphone and I cover the 250, and I recommend getting pairs, and I will fully cover it and insure it back to you. So if something happens, you're covered. So it's kind of really cool. You just go buy it, one-stop shop. Sweetwater, they send it to me, I upgrade it, and then I send it back to you for free. These ones, the reason I offer these ones you have to find. You'll have to go up on, Reverb or eBay or somewhere and buy these and then send them to me. These are the ones that are the most convenient that you could just go online and basically pick it up. So give me 1 second. All right. And once again, if someone's interested in this, I probably will have this a few more days, and then it will go to someone. It'd be really cool if it was someone that watches these videos and wants to get a great mic. And these are valued, I mean, even on their own, they're still, 350, 400 bucks. And then getting it upgraded makes it sound like a $1,200 ribbon. One thing I want to bring up that people have mentioned, obviously, how terrible the sound is. And then I think when I pause, there's a weird kind of hum. I have a fluorescent light right there. And I think that there's some kind of noise cancellation in my iPhone. And when I pause, you hear this weird kind of ticking or noise. I mean, this phone is literally touching the fluorescent light, which is terrible for, anything electronic. And also, I want to apologize too. When I started doing these live videos of taking apart the mics, I had no idea I was going to be doing these like every day. I ended up getting an overload of ribbon mics. So people have definitely wrote me and said, hey, hey dude, the sound is terrible. And I think we're all used to the quality that you get from being able to hear, especially tutorials when people are trying to hear what I'm saying about a repair. I used to do Produce Like a Pro, which I have lavaliers, I have an Evo, and I have a laptop with Pro Tools. Initially, I'm planning on getting that all set up again to be able to open it up and do live broadcasting here, and also be able to do more stuff playing off my DAW that you could hear, and the quality will be great. I'm working on that. And then the other thing too is that, I know that iPhones, you can get an app and get some lavaliers and do that too. So maybe in the next week or so, I'll try to upgrade regarding that. And, that's pretty much it. So, I mean, I will try to get that sorted. I had no plans, and I'll be honest, if you would have told me 3 weeks ago I would be going live every day with endless ribbons, I would have probably said no. And so when people are unhappy with the sound quality, yeah, it does bother me when I do these tutorials. Especially I did one that was really like, someone just said my mic sounded terrible. Yeah, I totally get it. I'm a producer, but I kind of went with it thinking, who gives a fuck? But then people give a fuck. So I'll try in the next week or so to kind of wrap up and get a better lavalier. So when I do a tutorial, you guys could at least hear what I'm saying. I mean, I have all the lavaliers that they would do for Produce Like a Pro. I got a whole set. I got batteries. I got a Panasonic camera. I got everything to make it super killer. The only problem I'm having working on the ribbon is having something small in front of me like my iPhone, which gives me a chance to work on this. But I mean, everybody has them now. It's going to be not a big deal. My wife just ordered something from Amazon that is a lavalier with some kind of app that you do on your phone. So I'll look into that to get a better quality. But yeah, and then when I move away and stuff, and you hear me talking from the kitchen, I'm grabbing my water. I don't know if you want to follow me around with a lavalier, but so anyways, that was brought to my attention, and even maybe I don't know. Everybody's been super nice. Don't get me wrong. No one's like hating on me. But one guy was like, "Man, I love your tutorials, but dude, your vocal mic was popping all over." And it goes, "Yeah, I get it. I was talking into a 58 that I usually put a little clown nose on top of it so it doesn't pop. I just happen to get too excited and I just want to roll with it. I think the biggest thing too is that when I used to do Produce Like a Pro and I do a full edit like a Manny's Mic Locker tour, the editing and all the stuff that comes with that is so brutal that I find it not being as fun as opposed to just rolling up today, putting up my iPhone and just kind of going for it. But I will try to improve. I'll try to get a mic that will sound better. And then, like I said, when I notice when I've listened back and I pause, there's like a clicking sound. I think this light that's right here up against my iPhone, it's terrible. I think it's really bad. But anyways, bear with it. I don't have a lavalier. I've just equipped myself with some Topo Chico. And I've got this Super Lux, or I renamed it, called the Super Fux. There it is. I got my first F-bomb out. So this is part of my collection that was sent to me. The Reslos that you saw were part of the same collection. My friend Paul from the UK has sent this to me. Very unusual mic. It's phantom powered. The way this mic is held together, it's kind of genius. This little thing screws on here. I don't think that really matters. I thought it did. I guess it doesn't, because there's only 2 screws that hold this together. And it's a ribbon mic. Hello, Mr. Ribbon Mic. What do you got in you? Well, obviously, it's clean in design. These are rubber, like, you could say, just keeping the transducer, from not bouncing around in there. So they got a rubber little mount here. They got a rubber mount here. They got those pins going into the rubber mount. I'm assuming if I pulled on this, I'm hoping I don't need to take this out of this at all. I'm pretty sure. You can see through that. Just basically just some foam, some like felt, no, just regular foam. And obviously it's on the other side. Phantom powered. Obviously there's some electronics in there. Transformer, I'm assuming. Pretty raw dog. Just the 2 wires go directly into there. Short thing. Now, I will say this. The longer the wires are, and if you can wrap them around, you get better low end in ribbons. So looking at this is kind of like straight to the point. But if this would have been like, if the transformer, if they would have switched it and had the transformer here and have a longer cable kind of wrapping around each other, you would get a little bit more low end out of this microphone. I've never taken one of these apart. I thought this is one I saw before, but I didn't. This is a little screen. These transducers are pretty much all the Chinese ones. They all look like that, except this one is not of the same one because this one has these little pins that go through it that hold these rubber mounts. But I don't think I need to do any of this. It looks like I have easy access right here and there. I've just got to remove the screen. I don't think there's any reason I need to get on the other side. I'm assuming it's going to have a same kind of screen on the other side. The transformer is going into some active electronics. Obviously, the wires went out to the XLR there. On my shitty sound of my phone, I'm talking to you all. Look at that. Man, he's all fucking hurt. Oh my God, he's hurt. Okay, and that's it. So, interesting mic. I obviously don't know the history of where this mic is made. Actually, it should say somewhere, shouldn't it? Made in Taiwan or something? England? Does anybody know the history of this? So when this mic is put together, though, it does look a little bit different in design than most. I don't know anything about the electronics, good or bad. Except if it's active, it will be a little bit louder. I've had the ones that are like this that they're about $100, and I forget the name of them. They look a little bit like this, but not exactly. So the ones I've worked on have been almost the same in looking at what it looked like inside. But yeah, it doesn't look like any rocket science. Last night I worked here till almost 2, and I woke up at 6, man. I've had a long day. But I opened this up earlier and I thought, okay, just try to really knock. I'm at 12 minutes, 13 minutes right now. Let's just see if I can knock this out in an hour. All right. Oh, interesting. Well, there it was. I already kind of, I think I hit it right on the dot. But this one, I will say, it's different. I've never seen one that they put in this heavy-duty rubber. I mean, they really kind of cared about it. They didn't really even have to do this. I mean, some of them are just like, it's just screwed onto the top of this with a little bit of a rubber, like, mount, you know? This is interesting for the ground. So the ground is this whole unit now, and that's coming off this. This screw is probably, yeah, it's really interesting. Yeah, it looks kind of custom and weird. But weird in a like, okay, it's a little different. I'll take it. All right, so let's get into it. Let's see what we got to do now. Never worked on this mic before. Paul sent me 2 of these. I'm not sure his origin of picking these up or why he had gotten these. Billy, greeting from downtown Seattle. You know what? Do me a favor, man. When I travel through China, every morning I had a breakfast that was the greatest breakfast I ever had in my life. Now, when I went to go buy the breakfast, it was 2 yuan. 2 yuan. And to give you an idea of how much that is, it was, I think, 600 yuan for $100. So if there was something that was $100, I had to have at least 600 yuan to buy that. And like if there was if I bought an iPad, so that iPad's $1,000, I would have to have 6,000 yuan, I think. Anyways, so my breakfast, to give you an idea, so $100 is 600 yuan. My breakfast was 2 yuan. What is that? 30 cents? And it was called Jinbing. And oh my fucking God, man. I could have that every day. It was like a crepe cooked with an egg cracked in it, fried in a circle with onion, cilantro, and a red, like, chili sauce and a wonton. It was cracked up and folded into like this small sandwich. But Seattle has a famous stand that serves Jim So Billy, if you haven't had that, you're gonna need to go find the Jin stand that's Chinese for the famous breakfast. They only have one up there. I've had it down here in LA. Wasn't that good. But they say the one up in Seattle is the best. So Billy, let me know if you that was me cracking open my Topo Chico. I need a shot. Topo Chico's like so carbonated hard like a Coke. Okay. So we're gonna work on this one. I'm trying to figure out like if working on this one, what's gonna be best for me. I'm wondering if I should put it in the mount or not. Let me just see right now. Hold on. Maybe it won't go wide enough. We'll see. All right, it fits. Holy cows. Let's see. Okay. Yes, I used to wake up every morning in Beijing. It was 10 below zero. These people, their hands looked like they were sunburned and swollen from the cold, and they would get out there and make a breakfast for you. And they used to trip on me because I would say they would pick up an egg, and I'd go, no, they put one in it, and I said, give me two. And she would always look confused, and I would show another yuan, and she'd be like, okay. So I used to have it made with 2 eggs. Greedy Manny. I don't know if I like the way this is positioned, but let me just see if this will work for now. Can I get this in here? Some kind of rubber thing here, so let's see what we got. I've never removed this. I don't know if this is glued on, taped. I'm gonna break it. All right, we can fix that. We can put that back. I have glue for that. So before we do that, let me actually remove that glue because that's gonna already bother me already. Give me 1 second. Let me talk into my terrible camera. I mean, my, I say camera, my microphone. I'm giving you shit. I get it. I know what we want. I know what we want. We want Manny to sound better and clear. And I basically got nail polish remover. I don't want to do too much because I don't want it to remove the magnet. Imagine just, yeah, man, you put a little too much on, then the magnet just gets ripped off. It's actually pretty dirty. Whoever applied this glue was just like, fuck it. We'll put it everywhere, and hopefully when it works. Yeah, so I'm just removing this because I do want to put it back. And I'll just use a little bit of rubber cement and make sure it stays in there. But I do want to make sure that whatever they did when they installed this, put it back the way it was. That ribbon doesn't look too good. It's kind of like, I guess it's all right. Oh my God, this is weird. The ribbon, they actually have the ribbon right here folded up coming back. Like I've never seen that done. See that little flip? So the ribbon came in and then they folded it and put the bracket in. But this is a bummer because if this ribbon's working and moving, this thing's flapping around right there. That's terrible. Hey, I'm learning something. What am I learning? This mic needs to be re-ribboned by Manny. That's what I'm learning. Super Lux, Super Fox. Paul, it's the morning. I think it is. Okay, so yeah, that is a weird scenario. So if you buy one of these mics, I mean, it's kind of sad because it looks interesting, like they've taken the time to make it a certain way. Then to install it and fold your ribbon right there back on itself, that's just kind of yucky. All right. So let's do this. Hold on. Whew. Let's figure it out. So I know pretty positive 100% this mic is going to sound killer when I'm done because this already has a bunch of no-nos on it. The ribbon's also crooked. It looks like the ribbon is touching this whole magnet right here. So it's kind of like tilted in. Like if you had a motocross bike, you can go, oh, yeah, whoa, yeah. You know what I'm saying? You catch what I'm saying. Okay, so one is plastic. This is probably the positive. Made out of brass. Let's just kind of preempt the things falling out of this. It's been kind of cool, man. I had no plans. I'll be honest with you, man. When I went live on YouTube before, it was like 12 people watched me. Not that it matters, like people have to watch you. I was just like, huh, that's interesting. Like everybody's like, gotta go live, gotta go live. I have no fucking idea why. But when I came across all these ribbons, for me to edit the video and do all this stuff, I was like, you know, I'll just go live. I'll get it one and done. And it'll be cool. And then I did it. It was like 500, 600, 1,000, 1,500. And I was like, what the hell is that? And then, you know, I meet Paul. You know, I met Jam Pro Sound. Hello. Shannon, Mary and her husband. And, you know, like all these people start piping in that, like, it's been a cool little thing. And if I wouldn't have done these live, I wouldn't have, you know, met up with Paul, who brought us all these mics that are really cool to be showcasing here. And he's kind enough to let me do it, you know, live. Everybody's going to know. They're going to know. They're not going to know. They're going to know. And the unit, just like all the other ones, but it's just really interesting. This is just, like, they built it kind of cool. They definitely put some thought into it. And then they just did a shitty ribbon. I don't really get it. Okay, let's look at the ribbon, how it's folded up in itself. All right. We don't want to lose any of these. And let's see what kind of ribbon we got. I don't know if you could tell, it's kind of like eroded. Like it's got some kind of like, yeah, see that? I don't know, it's weird. Or whatever they, so this is strange. Both sides have the ribbon folded up on itself. I mean, in theory, when you clamp that down, you'd have more possibility of making a better connection. So that is interesting. That's the thing about that one. But whoever installed this ribbon, when they do that, it can't stick out the other side and fly in the wind. So let me see what this is, how thick this is. Five. It felt a little bit stronger and weird. Like, I really don't know if they use some kind of, like, it's foil, but is it embedded with another kind of material? You know, everybody's always concerned about saving money. I'm just always wondering. It never feels like the high grade foil that I have, but it's also really close to it. So I can't tell. I don't know. Okay, so we're at 28 minutes. My goal is to get this done within an hour or under. I've got 2 to do, but we'll see how this goes. So far, knock on wood, nothing looks crazy. Not as fucked up and crazy as that Reslo I did earlier today. Jesus, I'm still feeling that one. I've got the shakes after that one. Hokey pokey. Let's see what we got here. Or hoochie poochie. So we gotta get the gap on this one. I'm gonna say, could be 5 millimeters. These usually come in between 5 and 525. Anybody want to make a guess before I do it? Clean my fingers. I think we need a drink of my Topo Chico. Sorry again. If I had a lavalier on, you'd be hearing it all like all the fucking shit. Okay. So let me get my brain together. Hoochie poochie. Let's do this. Let's do this. I am pretty 523. Paul says 523. So let's just see what we got here. Find the best way I can get in there and say maybe just do that. Light the best I can. And 460. All right, so I guess 460 is the gap. Holy cows. It looks like it'd be massively bigger, but then that's the illusion of the magnets just looking massive in there, and it's really a small gap. Interesting. And that still has that little, I mean, obviously below it is that little screen here. Jam sound Thank you for the email. I do appreciate you always checking in, man. Boise, is that Boise? Is that what we're talking about? Is Boise headed to bed? I think. I hope. Maybe. Yeah, I mean, when I go late, it's late for a lot of people, so I apologize for that. Good night, brother. Have a good night. It does. It does look bigger than the MXLs. It's just strange that it's not. I think that's the illusion when it's these massive magnets. I think these magnets maybe look bigger. You know, well, let's get it done. Let's see if we can get one and done. We can get one and done. That would be excellent. I'm at 30 minutes right now. Let's see if I can get this done in 15. We see. We see. Working out some mathematics here. Some knucklehead mathematics. This. I have a lot to do. I've got some more MXLs coming in the mail. I just met my friend Stefan. He had dropped off that really old Buyer 260 with a 160 that had both blown on the drummer from the guy from White Stripes. Not White Stripes, Jack White's drummer. That guy that plays with the drums all tilted down. So he just wrote me and I said, I'll meet you at the taco truck. And that's where we met. So I went to the taco truck. I had two molitas, which are kind of like two quesadillas, except they're filled with suadero, which is like a tri-tip. And so it's like a flour, corn tortilla, cheese. They put this like, you can almost imagine like rib meat. And then they put another corn tortilla on top with cheese. And they fry it both sides. And then you get it, and it's about that big. And it's crispy, about that big. And it's called a molita. Oh my God, it's so good. Okay, so this mic, this is the one I was cutting for the Reslos and the 160s. This one, we're gonna be cutting on, because this will be a larger mic. We're gonna do the full length of this one. 2 inches, let me just see this real quick. 2 inches, okay, that's gonna do it. It's possible, it's possible. I know I've got some sinuses going on, but I've been sneezing all day, so if I sound a little like verklempt, something's going on. I'm not sick. I don't feel bad. But it's possible, it's possible. I don't think so. No, man. Oh my God. If you don't know what a molita, if you don't get to experience molitas, you need to live a little bit. You need to come to Los Angeles. If you come to LA and you look up Taco Zone, there'll be one that'll show up in the city of Echo Park. That Taco Zone actually makes a burrito named after me called a Manny Burrito, which has suadero, which is like tri-tip, beans, rice, and cheese, and it's called a Manny Burrito. So if you're ever in LA, Taco Zone opens up about 7 o'clock at night till about 2 in the morning. And that's where I met Stefan just right now. It's a local hangout. When I was drinking, we would always go there after last call. And there's a whole group of people we'd all run it up to, and musicians and bands. And I've done a lot of records from that. I'd go there and I'd see the band called Health that I did their record. I ran into John there and I was like, dude, let's make a record. And we made a record from meeting up accidentally at Taco Zone. That was crazy. Motherfucking crazy. Okay. Get my brain together. What are we doing? We're measuring. Once again, we're really doing this, huh? I felt a little bit like, I told you guys I was going to come back and do this mic. It's kind of cool. One thing, if you're, okay, I'm probably older than a lot of you. If you don't have goals in life and you don't feel like you need to be somewhere and do something, and you don't have that motivation that you want to be creative, you're fucked. You need that. That's called living. I'm living right now because I'm hanging out with all of you, doing something I love, and this is cool. Even though my microphone sucks. You know what I'm saying? I have some cool videos coming up, man. I'm in the beginning of August, in the middle of August, I'm supposed to go to a studio called Church Studios. Like Billy Gibbons and all these people are at this super sick studio. And I'm going to do a mic locker with one of the engineers there. I want to go to my friend Matt Mitchell's, who works with Maynard from Tool. He's actually in Maynard's band, Pucifer, and I think he does Perfect Circle as well. Super sick guitars. So I'm hoping to do that. I'm supposed to meet up with Billy Bush, who is Butch Vig's right-hand man. He's also married to Shirley Manson, and he's a wicked engineer. And so I'm going to do a mic lock with him. So I got some stuff coming up that's really, really cool. Razor blade. And I have to get, in the can already is a really cool studio called 64 Sound, which Pierre has been patient enough for me to have to finish that. Also, my homie from a band called Walls of Calhoun, I forget the name. He's pretty much like one of the heaviest producers up north. And I went to his studio when I had gone up to San Francisco in November. And I got to go up there and film this whole thing. I have that on my hard drive I have to finish. But between now and that time, I don't really I can't see the light. Hold on, it's tripping me out. From the time that I filmed his video, he moved his studio. So I gotta ask him, does he want me to share that video? And then maybe I'll go up to Frisco and do a new one. So I gotta see what he wants to do. That's my way of not saying, fuck a shit. I just did it. It's a good piece of foil. We want to save it. I don't. But I also know Jakey Lee from Ozzy. And I actually, back in the day when I was a vintage broker, actually sold a lot of Jakey Lee's guitars. And for me, I was super thrilled to meet Jake. I was hanging out with Jake in early 2000s, maybe. Ozzy. I got to play with the band. Ozzy was sleeping in the corner, passed out. It was at Meat Studio North Hollywood. I played 2 records back to back, and that was after Jake left. So it was pretty ironic that I got to hang out with Jake. And I did write him after he got shot. I sent him my love. And he hangs out with my buddy Dean Del Rey. So I want to connect with Jake again. You know, he's one of my heroes, man. I love Jake. Can't talk about a nicer fucking guy. And he's so humble. Even with all that stuff with Ozzy and the credit and all that stuff, not once did he ever talk bad about any of them with me. And I've only seen stuff that they had mentioned in the news. God, I'm just having a tough time with this. Oh my God, hold on. This is when you always see me like stressing. Removing the foil from the paper, it's just in itself. Jory's Game Bites. All right. Colt Guru. Yeah, in 80s in LA was insane. When I would go to the Rainbow with my buddies, every fucking day, or every weekend, Lemmy from Motorhead was there. Lenny. I had a dude guy named Lemos. I'm always like, Lemo, Lenny, what's the name? Yeah, man, we'd always see him there, and the guys from Motley Crue. I remember we were recording at A&M Studios, and while we were making a recording there, Motley Crue was making a record with Bob Rock. And so for 1 week, we're at A&M, and Motley Crue's next door, and our friend John Corabi was their singer at that time. And he'd obviously let us go. I mean, we were like literally next door to all the guys, like Mick Mars and all them were in there. Mick Mars had a Ferrari, and I think you could see a gun just sitting on the seat of the car. I remember something like it. We're like, oh shit, don't fuck with Mick. You get your ass shot. And I remember it was our last night, and I was kind of the dad of the band. I mean, everybody did coke, everybody fucked around. I was the one that was like the serious musician, didn't believe in getting wasted before I play. I wanted to play good. I didn't even understand the concept of getting fucked up and trying to play. I just wanted to enjoy. So anyways, I was that guy. So we're at A&M Studios, which has a gated parking lot, totally secure, security guards. There's no fucking around. It's a secure place. I mean, they have $1 million studio with, Les Pauls and everything fucking there. So we're hanging out with Motley Crue. It's our last day. I have an old Nissan pickup. I loaded my Marshall stack. Other guys to bring their gear out. And then Tommy Lee walks out and goes, hey, Manny, I'm going across the street to Girls. You want to go with me? We'll get a fucking beer and get some titties in our face. And I told him, Tommy, thanks, man. No, man, I got to wash the truck. I was just like, I think back to that. I was like, really? You told Tommy Lee, no, if I want to get some titties in my face and walk to Girls across the street. And, yeah, so he walks off. And I'm sitting there watching the truck. And Bucky, my bass player, comes out and he's like, hey, did you see Tommy Lee? And he's, yeah. He just asked me if I wanted to go get some titties in my face across the street. And I told him no, I was watching the truck. And yeah, you loaded in your gear. And he's like, what'd you say? And I told him the story. And he goes, are you fucking crazy? Tommy Lee wants to go across the street with you, get titties in your face. And you said no? I said, yeah, man, I got to watch the truck, man. I don't want my JCM 800 to get sold. Get stolen. Oh, my God. It's coming in and out. There it is. Sorry about that. Something happens on my phone, man. It doesn't do that only when I do these videos. Because I have a fluorescent light right here. And I think when I pause myself, there's something also wrong with my phone too. If I leave a voice message, it sounds all distorted and strange. I actually just need to get a new phone too. That'll be my motivation in the next few days. So sorry about that. And I think if I talk away and it's not as strong in the phone, it sounds like it's cutting out. I'm assuming that. So anyways, yeah, sorry about that. So I was just saying the story about Tommy Lee wanted me to go across the street to put some titties in get some titties in my face at Girls Goes Girls, and I told him no, I had to watch the gear in the car, which was in a secure location, and my bandmates just thought I was a fucking loser after that.
I get it.
Well, I'll do my best. I'll try to, in all honesty, I had no intentions to go live on my iPhone. This has just been something I've been doing. Shortcomings, that. Um, Possibilities of making it better, good. Possibilities of me getting an app and then getting a lavalier and doing a better sound, great. Possibilities of me getting my laptop and hooking up my interface that I use for all the Produce Like a Pro videos, and then actually having a Sound Pro and being able to run live sound off my sessions so you can hear it and I can go live and I can talk and then you can listen to all that. Really good. I just need to get that together. I'm actually overloaded with so many ribbon mics. I'm trying to get them all done. I don't want to fall behind, so I'm a little bit in a panic, and I decided to just do these videos, not really doing it for quote YouTube, I don't know, cred or to be a talking head on YouTube. I'm literally not interested in that. And also I don't give content that's like that. My clickbait isn't, do ribbon mics suck? Or ribbon mics can go to hell. And people are like, what? What's that guy saying? Ribbon mics go to hell? And then it's just a fucking thing where I'm gonna be like, no, I like ribbon mics. Okay, we need to do is the corrugation. Hold on. Fuck, we're at 47 minutes, man. I got 12 minutes. Woo! Sorry about that. I got 12 minutes to finish this. That was my goal, to get this under 1 hour. Let's cut the bull. Let's cut the bad microphone dialogue. Okay. All right. All right, give me a second here. Oh, shit. Oh, I dropped it. But I caught it. Hello.
Possible.
Those guys, those crazy guys at the YouTube buffering my shit.
These cogs, I made them.
They're not like these ones. I've grinded them and made them till I liked them. I don't know anything more about them except I like them. Come on, motherfucker, don't do that to me. Now it's time to do a little ribbon mic stretchy stretch. What you gotta do whenever you make these ribbons, I think they come out of China slacked because they've never been stretched. And if you look at AEA and Royer, they're stretching that shit. So let's do it. I've got now about 11 minutes. My goal is to get this in an hour. Let's see if I can do it. Only because I'm pretty knocked out. I did one earlier today that was massively stressful. This one I knew was going to be a little bit easier for me.
So now we're going to stress this.
Oh, I'll try. It's good, all right, everything's good. Oh boy, that was fun. I felt like always, when I used to do that a long time ago, it would just rip in half. I'd be like, motherfucker. Hasn't happened in a while, but now that I said that, probably the next one, I'm just going to rip it in half. Photo's expensive. I don't really have time to fuck around and buy sheets of foil at almost $100 a pop and just be wasting it, ruining it. Okay, so let's lay this bad boy in here. I've never done one of these before, but it looks like these other mics. I forget the name of them. It almost looks identical to them. They were being blown out for like $30 Amazon. I forget, my friend Earl, he would buy them. He's like, dude, I remember seeing Nady ribbons at Best Buy for like $40. That was back in the day. I wish I would have bought a bunch of them. I love Nady ribbons. I'm procrastinating. Now I'm procrastinating. Now I'm just like, just get it done fast. Like, why am I pausing? Why am I thinking? Why am I just like, what is this ribbon gonna fly in there automatically and install itself in this mic? Oh, there. Alcohol there. That looks pretty good. I don't want it to drip into the magnet, so I gotta make it straight. Shit. Boy. That was just shitty. Do you want to kind of put it around that lip a little bit? Come on, just stay. Oh, you fucking jerk. To my shit. Don't stick to my shit.
That ribbon looks nice.
I like it. That's a high quality ribbon. I don't know if you could tell between the two, but night and day. Just gotta get it fucking right in there. Fuck, come on. It's like twerking on me.
Holy cows.
Great. Well, Paul, if you're still there, that looks like a good ribbon. So let's see if I can put it back together again without any problems. I still get a tension a little bit more, but this is enough, hopefully, for me to get enough time to get this in here. Once again, this is a weird mic. I don't think I've ever put a clip on like that, but let's just do it. I want to do them both super tight. I just want to go little by little. Plastic. And if you go one side really tight, it's going to bow up and it's not going to hold the ribbon down. Now, if this doesn't hold the ribbon down, then maybe there's a reason they folded it up on itself so they can make a better, they must have had maybe problems. So they just told them to fold it up because it'd be a better chance. So I'm just going to kind of get this ribbon up off that.
I know, right?
I wish. Then the portal would be connected to my house and I would be in bed then. Yeah, that's what probably happened. I'm fucking exhausted, man. I think every night I've gotten about 3 hours sleep. But when you get older, you just feel like you have, I can live about 5 hours a night. I'm cool.
See that? Just dropped.
And froze right on it.
Shit, I have 4 minutes.
Oh my God.
I don't want to do all the way.
Maybe because I may have to adjust it. And so far, it has gone pretty swell. As I say that, I'm going to drive this screw through the fucking ribbon. Don't break on me now that I'm talking shit and I'm trying to get home.
I'm just tightening these now.
A little tighter.
It's tight.
I will check the tension. If I don't like the tension, I will loosen it up and retension it, but I think I got it. I gotta do this side again. Son of a bitch. Yep. When I put this side in, it slipped a little bit that way. So this side, I'm gonna move it. God. See, I thought I had this done. Manny's going home early. And instead, I'm retaking off the side again to make it right. And then once I get this side right, if I don't like it, I'll have to do the other side too. So hold tight. Don't stick to the ribbon, please. Okay. Q-tip, don't let me down. Move you over.
Oh.
Not that much. Jesus. That's for a little, not a lot. Oh man, you're not doing it. Come on, give me a break. There it goes. But you're weird. Pull you up on this bad boy. That's all right. All right. Oh, that's it. Oh, you're still crooked. Fucking shit. Holy cows. Oh, man. We just clocked over 1 hour. Son of a bitch. And I'm not done. Oh, my God. You know me, OCD guy. I just got to put one more little ditty on this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit of rubber cement on the schnizzle manizzle, which has got to go back on there. Officially done. And obviously I have to hear this and make sure that I like it. If I don't like it, we're going to go under the knife again and make it till I like it. Paul's a really nice guy. He's trusted me with these. It's not about the act of just getting it done. It's about the act of what I'm doing here is trying to give people an affordable option to get ribbons that are priced right and then make them sound like $1,200 ribbons. When I was a kid making models, I used to be into like Frankenstein and the werewolf, and you'd get these models that were them. They couldn't move them around, but you would just make them and then paint them. But the glue was rubber cement. Kid. So I think it's magnetized, but okay. Let's see what it's really doing here. Rubber cemented in there. That's officially done. We clocked it in 63 minutes. God damn it. Well, everyone, I think that's what we got. That is a cool mic. Now, I'm going to test it. This is phantom powered. You'll need to engage phantom power. That looks really clean. Looks really good. Now my crazy glue, I didn't use, you could have used crazy glue, but then you're going to fuck it up when you try to re-ribbon it. So I just put rubber cement there. And if you have to remove it, you remove it, just get some acetone, you can clean that up. But that's a really nice, I like this. That's a good idea. And it looks like it's covering it well. I think we can get a little bit more that way. Yeah, all right. Oh, let me check you out. Let me check you out. No, right there. So there it is. Redone. And then I just have to screw on the L top. And that is a Superlux R102, or to Manny called a Superflux. There it is, re-ribboned, done. Now he sent me a pair, so obviously I know what I have to do on the next one. I like all that. Once again, before I leave, you know I got to do a pimp. Where's it at? Trying to get someone that's part of the crew to get this, because I will see you here. I've already done this. This is a fathead, and I've always talking about these when I'm doing MXLs. This is kind of the gold standard for a mid-range expensive ribbon mic. But what makes this one special is the big lollipop head. That's kind of like a Coles an R84. The bigger the basket, the less sound you have kind of like affecting the ribbon. So it's really cool. I've already gone through this one, done my schnizzle, my nizzle. This is 600. And if it's in the US, I will cover the shipping and insure this for 600 bucks back to you. And to give you an idea on how we even got to that price, whenever prior to me having this, I always told you MXLs cost about 100 bucks. My upgrade is 250, so we're now at 350. And then I would say, well, at 350, it sounds like a $1,200 microphone. And then someone would say, well, what about Fatheads, which is this? You can get this for 350 to 450, but the ribbon in it is exactly like that one, Chinese shit. But I've already done this one, so you basically don't have to search for the mic, look for the mic. It's there. I'll put it out there into the world. You have all my information in the description. And if you want an MXL R144, I got plenty of videos on those. Same thing. Everything's explained in there. But that's it. So I'm going to go to bed now. That's one and done, Mr. Paul. I hope you dig it. It looks beautiful. At the end of the day, you're going to see all my ribbon work. So when these get all sent back to you, you know that looks as pretty as you can get in a ribbon. And once again, every time I do a microphone, it's a big deal. This is a big deal to me. It had to be right. And this was a big deal. The Reslos I did today were a big deal. And I care. Why do I care? Because I'm like you guys. I'm just a producer. I want to make music. I'm not rich. I don't have the possibilities of going out and getting a pair of mics that are ribbon mics. For my pair of Coles that I had to buy for a record cost me $3,200 for a pair of Coles. I think a pair of these would have done me just as good if I would have known back in the day. And that would have been, you know, $1,200 for a pair of these, and they would have sounded as good as a $3,200 pair of Coles. Maybe $2,800 now. All right. Thank you all. I'm a Topo Chico whore. If you want to buy me a Topo Chico, in the description below, there's a thanks. And you can say, Manny, I'm giving you $1 fucking dollar. Do it. All right. Thank you guys. I hope that wasn't too boring for you all. And I appreciate you all for tuning in. I'll see you guys probably tomorrow. Come on now.